This is Help Wanted, the show that makes your work work for you. I'm Jason Pfeiffer, editor-in-chief of Entrepreneur Magazine.
And I'm money expert Nicole Lappin. On Tuesdays, Jason and I answer the helpline and help callers solve their work problems.
And on Thursdays, I give you one way to improve your work and build a career or company you love.
And it starts now.
You want to do something new, but you're hesitating because you're not sure if it's the right thing to do. What does that mean, the right thing? Well, you have certain skills, you've followed a certain path. Maybe people expect certain things of you. Maybe you expect certain things of you. There is a lot, after all, that you quote unquote should do next. But let's just be honest, those things don't excite you. You're ready to try something a little different. You're not sure if you have the permission to do so, or the freedom, or the flexibility. Well, today I'm going to help you make a shift. I'm going to introduce you to a concept that I call the ticket. It's a way to stop thinking about what you should do so you can think about what you can do. And to see how it works, I will first tell you about a friend who is in this situation right now, feeling stuck at a crossroads and searching for courage. So my friend James, that's not his real name, but we'll just go with James. James just left his job after 12 years. James was accomplished. He seemed pretty secure, but, it was just time for a change, he said. And it's true. It wasn't some big life crisis, just time for a change. Peers reached out to him with new job offers because, he was well-liked, he was successful, but he turned them down. Why? Because even though he was good at his job, that work didn't excite him anymore. He doesn't want the corporate grind, doesn't want the responsibilities of leadership, but this makes him feel guilty. James told me this. He said, quote, "I spent a career learning to run a team and to develop products and rise the ranks. What if I'm throwing that away? Shouldn't I be using those skills?" That's what James said. And here's what I said to him. That's the wrong way to think about it. Truly. And that's when I told him about a job that I almost got and the lasting impression that I took from it. It is the origin of this concept I want to tell you about called the ticket. All right, so let's go back. It is the year 2012. I applied for a job editing the strategist section of New York Magazine. If you don't know, this is a pretty high-profile job in magazines. Strategist was, and really remains, one of the most inventive sections in magazines, and every editor watches it, especially back then. If you get this job, a colleague told me, you can punch your own ticket. In other words, if I got this job, I'd be able to get pretty much any magazine job that I wanted afterward. And then, and then I did not get the job. But that was okay, because I realized something. That wasn't the only place to get a ticket. The idea of punching your own ticket really stuck with me, and I started to see it everywhere. All work earns you a ticket, which is to say, you earn the freedom to pursue new opportunities through the work that you have done and are doing. So the big question is, what is your ticket good for? Your knowledge, your experience, your connections, your resources, these are spendable assets. When combined together, they get you something. They are your ticket. They're literally like a currency that you can spend on something. And although this ticket will not get you everything that you desire, it can get you something desirable. The question is, what is it? And also, what is it that is different from what you maybe expected? So, for example, let's go back to my friend James, who left his job after 12 years. James accumulated a lot of experience. He built a good network. He earned some savings. And now he's thinking, like so many people, he's thinking, well, that experience could lead to doing more of the work that I already do. The network can help me continue within the space that I already work in. And I've earned some savings, which is good, and I can go make some more money. And he's wondering, is that it? Do I just build upon that? Am I just always on the same path? It feels like a trap, he told me. My experience could get me another job in the same industry, so maybe that's what I should do. But it's not what I want to do. And here's what I told him. So stop worrying about what you should do. You just spent 12 years earning a ticket. What does that ticket look like? And how do you want to spend it? That is a question full of possibilities. And James loved thinking through it. We agreed on a couple things. So number one, based on his savings, this ticket buys him at least 1 year of experimentation where he can explore creatively satisfying projects, take a lot of interesting meetings, see what else is out there. Also, based on his experience, this ticket buys him the ability to shape his next step. He has marketable and, importantly, transferable skills. And with enough creativity, he could assemble a collection of opportunities like, let's say, fractional executive roles or consulting gigs or advisory positions or whatever, more, taking the things that he did in the past and then applying them in new ways. Also, based on his network, this ticket buys him a lot of favors. He has done well by other people, and he knows that they'll want to do well by him. So if he approaches people with this new mindset, they'll respond. James has earned something. He is ready to cash in his ticket. And so are you. You can apply this in many ways. Are you feeling stuck in your job? Well, consider what you've done and what you have to show for it, because that's your ticket. What will people recognize you as an authority or an expert or even just skilled or insightful on? That's a ticket. Are you stuck in a relationship? Well, maybe the experience taught you what you really want and you know yourself better than you did before as a result of it. This is your ticket to something happier. Do you own a company but it's struggling? Well, okay, you've studied your customer, you understand your market, you've accumulated experience. What does that ticket get you? Does it get you a smart pivot? Cash to hire the right person? Hell, you can even apply this in super small ways. Like, did you spend the weekend catching up on work? Great. You just earned a ticket, which can be spent, sometime on Monday, giving yourself a break. Go take a walk, catch up with a friend. Everything that you do earns you something. Your experience is a kind of currency, spendable in ways that you get to define. So what have you earned? What can you claim? What is now yours for the taking? What powerful, magical, all-access pass do you now hold in your hands? Define it, then spend it. And that was something I originally wrote in my newsletter. It's called One Thing Better. Each week, one way to be more successful and satisfied at work and build a career or company that you love. I read them right here on Help Wanted, so you can just stay tuned for that. But if you want it in your inbox a few weeks earlier, along with some other good goodies that I drop in there, then just go to onethingbetter.email. Just plug that into a browser, onethingbetter.email. And now, go spend your ticket. Help Wanted is a production of Money News Network. Help Wanted is hosted by me, Jason Pfeiffer.
And me, Nicole Lappin. Our executive producer is Morgan Lavoie. Do you want some help? Email our helpline at helpwanted@moneynewsnetwork.com for the chance to have some of your questions answered on the show. And follow us on Instagram at Money News and TikTok at Money News Network for exclusive content and to see our beautiful faces. And maybe a little dance.
Oh, I didn't sign up for that.
All right, well, talk to you soon.